all to the finals of the Tertiary Business Sense Challenge version 5.0, brought to you by Graphic Business and ICAG. And we thank our partners, MTN Ayoba, Carl Asset Management, PwC, Petrosol, CIMA, that's CIMA Glyco, and all our partners, particularly TV3 and, as I said, radio, and of course, the key sponsor, ICAG. I would want to welcome the rep of ICAG to give us a few comments.
Good morning. And I could see an atmosphere of victory. Anyway, on behalf of the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, management staff, first of all, I extend my appreciation to the organizers of this program. It hasn't been an easy thing for the past 5 years, but I believe that we are steadily growing and we will soon be who we want to be. I also want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors who has never let us down, PwC, Carl Bank, MTN, Ayoba, CIMA, and all others who haven't been able to mention. My CEO would have wanted to be here in person, but he extends his apology, and he's been taken out of town for an equally important program. His message to the very young ones here today is that the dream of a person never dies. So your dream to become who you want to be is where you have started from today. And we believe that you're going to build upon this, and in the near future, we will see you where you want to be. Congratulations to all the 3 schools and the 3 universities, and we believe that at the end of the day, victory will be ours. It's unfortunate my alma mater is not here. My University of Ghana is not here, but all the same. You know where my heart goes and where my heart is. So I wish you all the best. And congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joyce Edu, ICAG. I would also invite the editor, Graphic Business, to share some few comments. Asamoah Boadu.
Thank you, Franklin, and welcome to all of you. Graphic Business is in the business of selling credibility and not news. For most people, the assumption is that we sell newspapers, but we don't do that. We sell credibility. The reason why for 75 years or 73 years, we have been relevant in the media space with our brands. And if there's ever been a time that there's a need for deepening of financial literacy in this country, this is about the time. Over the past 2-3 years, the economy has taken a nosedive, and we all know the challenges we are facing in the economy. We have seen and heard new things. We have heard haircuts, DDEP, new technologies that some of us were not taught in the first year in university in the economics class. But we have come to learn, and we are living it now. So if there's ever a time to entrench financial literacy, this is the time again. And that is why this platform is so relevant to what we are trying to do, because we believe we must build an army. Thank you. We believe we must build an army of youthful people who understand investments and what it takes to put money aside to grow themselves for difficult times ahead. So this is the time. Beyond the glamour and clapping and the competition, it's the learnings we have to all inculcate. That we need to invest, and of course, we need to invest not just in education, but in ourselves as well, in opportunities that exist and other ones. Over the past years, what we have tried to do, graphic business, is expand the frontiers of bringing the news to our readers. News is still a consumable product. The challenge is that the channels have changed, and that's what we are trying to do. So we are pursuing, we are doing Twitter Spaces, and we are doing online videos, and we are moving into the digital space, all because we want to serve you, and that's why we are here. And at the risk of wasting much time because we are live, I would like to end my speech here and to thank you all for coming. We hope that next year to be bigger, as the ICGC has said, and we hope to see all respondents. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Editor. Graphic business setting the business agenda. And we are doing this because we understand the market, we understand the segment, and we are serving you to ensure that we all develop business skills, develop business appreciation, and our nation is the ultimate beneficiary. We have the theme for this year being preparation ahead of opportunity. And we are trusting that by the time we are done, we will all know why it is important to be prepared, because opportunity knocks but once. Let us all give a round of applause, and we continue. So, commercial break.
Is a great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on
Leadership stands up to be answerable. We use our national and international conferences to tell our story and hold ourselves to high global benchmarks. Leadership is where brilliance is rewarded. We reward brilliance with scholarships for postgraduate students. Leadership thrives on fresh ideas. Our Tertiary Business Sense Challenge makes you see business from a different perspective. Leadership is not about today. We keep an eye on tomorrow by providing internships in high-ranked institutions to inspire the next generation of business leaders. Leadership is acquiring ATSWA, CA Professional, Post-Chartered Diploma from ICAG. ICAG, where leaders become more.
Information is a great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replicas of our work. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available on www.graphicnewsplus.com as you remain abreast of and keep pace with on-the-minute news updates on the go. Home sweet home. Welcome family and friends. Choose the bundle that best works for you from as low as 10 Ghana cedis weekly for unlimited access to all publications. Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available on www.graphicnewsplus.com as you remain abreast of and keep pace with on-the-minute news updates on the go. Home sweet home. Welcome family and friends. Choose the bundle that best works for you from as low as 10 Ghana cedis weekly for unlimited access to all publications. Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Information is a great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replicas of our work. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available on www.graphicnewsplus.com as you remain abreast of and keep pace with on-the-minute news updates on the go. Home sweet home. Welcome family and friends. Choose the bundle that best works for you from as low as 10 Ghana cedis weekly for unlimited access to all publications. Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Information is a great source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replica.
I welcome you to the grand finale of the Tertiary Business Science Challenge 2023 version 5.0. Now, 35 tertiary institutions signed up for this and battled to be recognized as the best business school in the country. After weeks and months of serious academic violence, only 3 remain. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3 best tertiary business institutions in the country, in no particular order: the University of Education from Winneba in the Central Region, the University of Cape Coast, also from the Central Region, and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology from the Ashanti Region. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate trophy belongs to one of these. Which of them is it going to be? I have no idea for now. Only time can tell. Now, the Tertiary Business Science Challenge is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. Technical support is from the Chartered Institute of Management Accountant. Our proud sponsors are MTN Compu Ghana, Accra Breweries Limited, PricewaterhouseCoopers Gold Ghana, Glycolife, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, McVitie's, Carl Asset Management, and Petrosol. The program is streaming live on Facebook, Daily Graphic Ghana, and Asasi 99.5. It is streaming also live on TV3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand finale. For University of Education Winneba, this is their maiden appearance at the grand finale after 4 unsuccessful attempts. Now, they are going to face 2 of their worst opponents in the Tertiary Business Science Challenge. They have faced UCC and KNUST a combined 4 times. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all 4 times they have lost. I believe today will present a very perfect opportunity for them to avenge or revenge the defeat they have suffered in the hands of UCC and KNUST. Let us hear the gentleman from the University of Education Winneba.
James, now no for you. Baby account level 400.
BB account level 400.
Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
What should we expect from you today?
Okay, so just the heat that we started this contest with, that same thing that you should expect from us.
You are welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Now, for University of Cape Coast, they are making their 5th or historic 5th appearance at the final. They have won 2 of the previous 4 contests or competitions. They have met UEW twice, and in all 2 times they have beaten UEW. Now, they have met KNUST for 3 times. They have won 2 and lost 1. And that defeat came at this stage last year. Now, UCC will want to avoid the unfortunate tag of being the historic double losers at the grand finale stage if they should lose this contest. So they want to avoid that. So who are the gentlemen from the University of Cape Coast?
Abubakar Fatah will become finance level 400. Diana Naya Saifu will become accounting level 400.
You are welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
What should we expect from you in this contest?
We hope to give our all, and then we hope for the best at the end of the contest.
KNUST. KNUST are at the finals for the third consecutive time. In the previous two, they won one and then they lost one. The one they lost was against the University of Cape Coast. Last year they won and therefore they are the defending champions. Should they win, they become the first school to be defending champions and winners. I mean back to back. But should they lose, then they will also be the first school to lose twice at the final. So let's see how it goes. KNUST, you are welcome once again. Who do we have from the school?
Kelvin Inketia Safo, BSc Accounting level 400.
And Prince Asante Adolfo, BSc Accounting level 400.
You are welcome, gentlemen. What should we expect from you?
So we are ready to put in our best, and then we are aiming for the trophy.
They are indeed aiming for the trophy. Let's see how the trophy challenge goes. Ladies and gentlemen, the plot and twist are many, but there can be only one winner. Will it be the University of Cape Education, University of Cape Coast, or the KNUST? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Al-Hassan Yusuf Traule, and I love academic violence. Let the violence begin. Now, the contest is going to be organized in 5 rounds. Round 1 is on theory, where we are going to test the understanding of basic principles and concepts in business. In round 2, they will do some calculations. They are free to use their calculators. Our third one is a business pitch, where we are giving them a common business problem, and they are supposed to present to us what they have as a solution. Round 4 is divided into 2 segments. We have the graphic business segment and the true or false segment. The final round, which is round 5, will involve the riddles. Are we ready, contestants? If you are ready, we are going to begin from round 1 from the University of Education Winneba, UEW. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a common preamble to all 3 schools. Common preamble. A distinguishing mark of the accountancy profession is accepting responsibility to act in the public interest. In acting in the public interest, a professional accountant should observe and comply with the ethical requirements of the IFAC Code of Ethics. Compliance with the fundamental principles may potentially be threatened by a broad range of circumstances. The code further provides certain safeguards that may be employed by individuals and firms to eliminate or reduce such threats to compliance. Now, you are required to identify 3 safeguards under the following headings as provided by the IFAC Code of Ethics. I hope we get a preamble. Beginning from the University of Education, what are the safeguards created by the profession, legislation, or regulation? Safeguards created by the profession, legislation, or regulation.
Okay, so the first one is we have training. So the professional body, they have to train the professional so that in each and every case, they know what to do. The first one is disciplinary actions. So whenever this threat happens, they should sanction them so that other individuals will not do the same. And also, they have to continuously review their requirements in order to see that the regulation in which they are using to seek those redress are in line with best practices and current activities.
I'll accept that. University of Cape Coast. You have to tell me the safeguards, the firm-wide safeguards in the work environment. Firm-wide safeguards in the work environment.
Okay, so with the firm-wide, the firm can provide training for the assurance, the auditors, so that they can prevent themselves from the threats. We also have they can also withdraw from the engagement, and as well, they can, when they have the audit engagements, they can collect expert opinion on the activities that they've done.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. KNUST. Yours is engagement-specific safeguards in the work environment. Engagement-specific safeguards in the work environment.
Okay, so for engagement-specific safeguards, the audit firm can make the engagement team sign independence and confidentiality contract, and also they need to investigate the client. That is, they should do client screening before accepting the engagement, and also they need to they also need to put in code of conduct for their employees.
2 out of 3. Next set of questions, common preamble to all 3 schools. Common preamble, there's no bonus here, 1 attempt only. 1 attempt only. Exemption clauses in a contract often restrict certain contractual obligations and ensure that parties are only responsible for things within their control. However, they can also be used to unfairly disadvantage a counterparty. There are 3 main types of exemption clauses. You are required to identify and explain 1 type of exemption clause each, including 1 benefit and 1 disadvantage of the clause you have identified. Beginning from UEW.
Okay. So the first, we have indemnity clause. So with indemnity clause, that's when it restricts, it make a party liable to all the losses that is incurred by the other party. And with the advantage, it helps the party, it helps the injured party to be able to recover.
So it's recover the client, the injured party with to its own state, the situation in which, the condition in which he was before the loss.
2 out of 3. University of Cape Coast.
Okay, so we have the litigation limiting clause.
You have what?
Litigation limiting clause. So this is a clause that is introduced in contracts to reduce the rate at which the parties to the contract would have to resort to going to courts to address problems or issues that will arise in the contract. So one advantage of this is that since most parties to a contract are businesses, it will prevent the parties to the contract from distorting or disrupting the relationship between them. And one advantage is that one party can be unfair to another party if they are using the litigation limiting clause.
That is correct. KNUST.
We have the exclusion or the exemption clause. This is a clause that reduces or prevents a person from any liability in terms of any damage of such in the contract. And the disadvantage is that one party can take advantage of it and be unfair to the other party. And the advantage of exclusion clauses is that there are certain acts that can occur without the control of the other. So if there are exclusion clause, it will help maintain fairness in the contract.
That is correct. So you failed to tell me the disadvantage. You only mentioned the advantage. I hope you got it. Yes, next set of questions. Common preamble to all 3 schools. In marketing communication, branding is a process by which a company defines and develops a marketable identity. Corporate branding includes the concept, messaging, and visual aesthetics that will support its identity, both internally and externally, in a strategic and consistent way. There are several theories and concepts associated with branding. UEW, you have to explain brand personality and give me 2 of the 5 main types of brand personalities. Explain brand personality and give me 2 types of brand personality.
Okay, so Brand personality refers to when human qualities are applied to product or brands. And then one is integrity, and the other one is honesty.
That is correct. University of Cape Coast, you have to explain brand awareness and identify the two types of brand awareness. Explain brand awareness and the two types of brand awareness.
So with brand awareness has to do with you making your brand very comprehensive to be known to customers or consumers that may purchase your product. So you make it known very well to the consumers. And some of the types is it should be simple or simplicity, and also it should be comprehensive.
1 out of 3. KNUST. Yours is explain brand equity and identify two elements of the brand equity model. ICA brand equity model.
So brand equity is a differential effect that a particular brand makes in a consumer's buying decision. So if a consumer have a knowledge about a particular brand, the differential effect that the brand makes in the consumer's buying decision. And the two types of brand, the two elements of brand in ACE's brand equity model is brand awareness and brand association.
That is correct. So UCC, your issue was with the types of brand awareness. We have brand recall and brand recognition. Next set of questions. This time we are beginning from the University of Cape Coast. This time we are beginning from UCC. There's no bonus here. Common preamble to all three schools. Common preamble. The way in which an organization approaches global markets is heavily dependent on its management orientation. Management orientation refers to how organizations and managers view the world. The EPRG framework of international business classifies management orientations into 4. For each of the following scenarios that I'm going to read out to you, you are to identify and explain the components of the EPRG framework and indicate the reason for your choice. Do we get it? So for UCC, your preamble. Now, Walmart is perceived very much as an American company. The head offices are in America, and the concept is exported directly to other locations with the same type of stores, offering the same services to local customers. Policy and training originate from the head office, and corporate trainers are sent out to the subsidiaries to train the local staff in the same way.
So with the management orientation here is going to be the regiocentric. So with the regiocentric, they believe that we should leave the various regions or the various countries to be on their own and then to undertake their activities independent of the main country or main company.
I'm not accepting that. There's no bonus. KNUST. KNUST. General Motors operate with significantly different strategies in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. The senior managers of these different regions have a high degree of freedom and flexibility in decision making.
So this is regiocentric. This is because since the motor company has segmented the market based on certain regions that have equal marketing strategies. So Asia is a particular region in which customers behave in the same way. So in that case, in the context of the policy that the organization is using is regiocentric organization.
That is correct. UEW. Colgate-Palmolive's products are household names in over 170 countries, and the company has been operating internationally for over 60 years. All the top executives speak more than one language, and around 60% of the company's expatriates are from countries other than the US. Important meetings are routinely held in locations all around the globe.
Okay. So with this geocentric approach, that's when with the orientation where the company consider the globe, the whole world as a group, and it serves the world based on the geocentric perspective.
That is correct. Next set of questions, ladies and gentlemen. Our next set, still starting with UCC, Common Preamble. The Public Expenditure and Financial Accountability Framework, PEFA, is a methodology for assessing public financial management performance. It identifies 94 characteristics across 31 key components of public financial management in 7 broad areas of activity, known as the 7 pillars. You are to identify and explain 2 of the 7 pillars of PEFA each. Explain 2 of the 7 pillars of PEFA each, beginning from UCC.
So we have one, budget reliability. So with the budget reliability, it has to do with you, they talk about you able to provide a very good budget so that people can rely, like citizens can rely on the budget. Then we have transparency in public finances. With this one, this has to do with PEFA providing you with a framework which will be very transparent and accountable.
That is correct. KNUST.
So we also have one, policy-based fiscal strategy and budgeting. That one means that the budget of the government needs to stem from the fiscal policies of the government. So because of that, the governments need to first prepare fiscal strategy documents, and then based on the fiscal and macroeconomic framework, prepares a budget from that. And we also have predictability and control in budget execution. That one is about the fact that the budget prepared by the governments need to be implemented in a system where there are standards in place to monitor performance.
That is correct. University of Education Winneba.
Okay, so the first one is we have external oversight. This is when after the budgetary process, auditors perform activities to ensure that the budget was followed in the public sector. And also we have asset and liability management, which helps in the management of asset and liability that the country is having.
That is correct. Next set of questions, still with UCC, but a common preamble. You have to explain the following concepts as they relate to economics. Explain the following economic concepts. University of Cape Coast, the snob effect. Snob effect. S-N-O-B, effect.
So with the snob effect has to do with how countries manage their currency in relation to, in relation with their commodity.
That is not correct. Bonus to University of Education Winneba.
Okay, so for a snob effect, it refers to an economic situation where because other people are doing the same thing, other economic agents refrain from it and don't do it.
I'll accept that. KNUST. Yours is the common law of business balance. Common law of business balance.
So a common law of business balance has to do with when countries choose a particular monetary policy in which they are supposed to, countries that are operating within the same geographical area choose a monetary policy in which to guide their currency management.
That's not correct, please. Bonus available. Okay. So nobody is taking the bonus. I'll explain later. Now yours is University of Education, hot hand fallacy. The hot hand fallacy.
Okay, so the hot hand fallacy, it refers to a misconception. It refers to a misconception in economics whereby individuals think that there is an invisible hand that operates in the market economy to restore equilibrium.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. So, now, the hot hand fallacy is some tendency to believe that the fact that there have been a successful streak of events occurring, there's a possibility that the next streak is going to turn out positive. For instance, in penalty shootouts, okay, the fact that somebody has been scoring penalties in training, it will be assumed that the person is going to score a penalty at a competition or a contest itself. Now, with the common law of business balance, this is a situation where once you pay low price for something, it is expected that the quality of that, whatever you have paid for, will be low. Okay, so the balance, there should be a balance. If somebody pays high, it is expected that the quality will be that high. And you pay low, the quality should be a bit lower than somebody who pays higher. That is a common law of business balance. We are going to have our next set of questions, beginning from KNUST, Common Preamble. Now, several rules and procedures pertain to customs, duties, and taxes in Ghana. You are required to explain in detail the following concepts as they relate to customs taxation in Ghana and the circumstances under which they apply. KNUST, yours is removal articles. Removal articles.
Okay, so it's removal articles is the rule that where the item imported from an external country will be re-exported to a different country, then the custom duty should not be charged in the country that initially imported it.
I'm not taking that. Bonus available. You've been bailed out, I'll explain later. University of Education Winneba, yours is Customs Advanced Ruling. Customs Advanced Ruling.
Okay, so this is a form of ruling in the customs space where before goods are imported or exported, the Commissioner General makes a ruling.
I'll give you 1 out of 3. University of Cape Coast. Yours is outward processing. Outward processing.
So with the outward processing, this is where before the goods are exported out of the country, the systems through which the export transactions are going to be done.
No, I'm not taking that. Bonus available. All right, you've been bailed out. Outward processing is a situation where the importer brings or takes items out of the country, processes them, and then re-import those items. Okay, in that case, the Commissioner General is not permitted or will not charge duties on those items. So they are exported outside, outward, process them, then they are re-imported. For customs advanced ruling, it's like, just like we have private rulings, okay? So where before an importer imports items, he writes to the Commissioner General detailing the transactions and asks for a ruling from the Commissioner General. So I gave you the 1 point because you mentioned the Commissioner's ruling. Now for removal article, there are those personal effects that belongs to somebody, a citizen who has been outside of the country and is now coming into the country. Those personal effects the person brings, with the exclusion of vehicles, which are not supposed to be taxed, or the person doesn't pay duties on them. Our last set of questions for round 1, beginning from KNUST. Now, counter trade is a reciprocal form of international trade in which goods or services are exchanged for other goods and services, rather than for hard currency. You have to explain the following types of counter trade. Did we get that? KNUST, yours is switch trading. Switch trading.
Okay, so switch trading is when a party, for example, one party is having a fund and exchange it for another fund with another person.
No, I'm not taking that. Bonus available? All right, nobody's taking the bonus. UEW, yours is buyback counter trade. Buyback.
Okay, so buyback counter trading is a form of counter trading where the good that is swapped, it is swapped with an agreement that the goods will return back to the original owner.
I'm not taking that. Bonus. University of Cape Coast, yours is compensation trade. Compensation trade.
Okay, so with the compensation trade, when the two parties exchange their goods between them, it might not be of the same value or the same value, but then what you are supposed to exchange for the other good, in quantifying it, the value should be the same to compensate.
No, I'm not taking that. Bonus available to all two schools. All right, so let me begin with the buyback. So buyback is a counter trade arrangement. Now where a firm builds a manufacturing plant and instead of them receiving cash, the output from that plant is used to pay them. I hope you get it. Now with the compensation trade, this occurs where it's a form of barter trade in which one of the flows is in cash, the other flow is in goods. And then we have the switch trading. This is where another company or a company who is involved in a counter trade sells its option to a third company in that relationship. So if myself and this team is in a trade, I can sell my rights to you so that you engage with University of Education. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of round one. The contest is brought to us by Graphic Business. It is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. The contest is among the KNUST UCC and the University of Education Winneba. The trophy is at stake. The bragging right as the best tertiary business school in the country is at stake. Who carries this one? We have 4 more rounds to go. So whilst we wait for the scores, I want to ask or find out from you, how do you assess your performance so far? UEW, quickly.
It hasn't been to our expectation, but we are hoping to do more.
UCC, what has been your performance? How do you assess yourself so far?
Even though we had some fallback, but today is our day. Even though we don't have the power belongs to God, but we never say never.
KNUST, how do you assess yourself so far?
It has not been the best, but as you said, there are more rounds to go, so we hope to do more.
Certainly, there are more rounds to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is still the grand finale. Tertiary Business Science Challenge 2023. Our proud sponsors include MTN Ghana, Compu Ghana, Accra Breweries Limited, PwC, Glyco Life, McVitie's, Ghana National Association of Teachers, Carl Asset Management, Petrosol. Our technical support is from the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA, and ICAG. The program is brought to us by Graphic Business and ICAG. Do we have our scores for round one, ladies and gentlemen? At the end of round one, the following are the scores. The University of Cape Coast from the Central Region had 9 points. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology from the Ashanti Region had 14 points. And the University of Education Winneba from Central Region had 16 points. Ladies and gentlemen, round two. Now in this round, you are free to use your calculators. You have 30 seconds within which to answer a question in 2 attempts only. If you get it wrong, the other school can ring for a bonus in 5 seconds. Okay, in 1 attempt for a bonus question. This time we are beginning from the University of Cape Coast, but this is a common preamble to all 3 schools. Common preamble. From the following information of ICAG, you have to determine the cash conversion cycle for 2022. You have to assume 365 days in the year. UCC, your variables. Revenue is 4,800. Cost of goods, 2,625. Operating expenses, 1,000. Sum of the balances at the end of the year. Trade receivables, 600. Trade payables, 300. Closing inventory, 375. Opening inventory, 300. I take it again. Revenue, 4,800. Cost of goods sold, 2,625. But operating expenses, 1,000. Trade receivables, 600. Trade payables, 300. Closing inventory, 375. And opening inventory, 300. 30 seconds.
So the answer for this question is we have the cash conversion cycle is 115.5 days.
That is not correct. Bonus for KNUST and UEW. You've been bailed out. It's 52 days. 52 days. Now, KNUST, your variables. Revenue is 1,500. Cost of goods sold, 850. Operating expenses, 320. Trade receivables, 250. Trade payables, 180. Closing inventory, 90. And opening inventory, 120. I take them again. Revenue, 1,500. Cost of goods sold, 850. Operating expenses, 320. Trade receivables, 250. Trade payables, 180. Closing inventory is 90. And opening inventory is 120.
So we have the cash conversion cycle to be 48 days.
No, that is not correct. Bonus for UEW and UCC.
So we have, okay, sorry. So we have 28.62 days. 8.63 days.
No, it is actually 26. 26, not 28. UEW, your variables. Revenue is 12,000. Cost of goods sold is 8,000. Operating expenses is 1,500. Trade receivables, 1,200. Trade payables, 1,000. Closing inventory, 900. Opening inventory, 950. Revenue, 12,000. Cost of goods sold, 8,000. Operating expenses, 1,500. Trade receivables, 1,200. Trade payables, 1,000. Closing inventory, 900. And opening inventory, 950.
That's 3.07.
That is correct. Next set of questions. University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast. Now, if the spot price of a barrel of oil is $68 and a 3-year futures contract for a barrel of oil is $71, what is the implied interest rate of the transaction? If the spot price for a barrel of oil is $68 and a 3-year futures contract for a barrel of oil is $71, what is the implied interest rate for the transaction?
%1.45%.
That is correct. KNUST. KNUST. If a stock is currently trading at $30 and there's a 2-year forward contract trading at $39, what will be the implied interest rate? If a stock is currently trading at $30 and there's a 2-year forward contract trading at $39, what will be the implied interest rate?
Okay, so the implied interest rate is 1.95.
No, please, that is not correct. You have one last chance.
The implied interest rate is 2.30.
I'm not taking that as well. Bonus available for the remaining 2 schools.
So the answer is 14.02%.
That is correct. University of Education Winneba, UEW. If the spot rate for the dollar is 11.5 cedis and the 3-year futures price for the dollar is 12 cedis, what is the implied interest rate? If the spot rate for the dollar is 11.5 cedis and the 3-year futures price for the dollar is 12 cedis, what is the implied interest rate?
%14.3%.
That is not correct. You have one last chance.
%14%.
It is also not correct. Bonus available. University of Cape Coast.
1.43%.
That is correct. It is 1.43, not 14. Next set of questions, still beginning from UCC. Common preamble to all 3 schools. Common preamble. CompuGhana Limited is a VAT-registered retail IT company. The company made some all-tax inclusive payments for the month of July 2023. You have to compute the value of the taxable supplies made, assuming the amount paid was... So I take it again. CompuGhana Limited is a VAT-registered retail IT company. The company made some all-tax inclusive payment for the month of July 2023. You have to compute the value of the taxable supplies made, assuming the amount paid was UCC. Your value is 94,340. 94,340.
So we have 82,035.
I'm not taking that. You have one other chance.
So the answer is 80,189.
That is also not correct. Bonus available.
7739.
Please hold on. I'm not sure I called. KNUST.
77,391.30.
That is correct. Please, you wait for me to call you before you attempt answering. Your major question, KNUST. 75,000. 75,000.
We have 61,525.84.
That is correct. UEW, 120,000. 120,000.
$98,441.35.
That is correct. Next set of questions, beginning from KNUST. KNUST, next set of questions. Now, from the following income statement extract of GOEL, you have to determine the degree of operating leverage. Common preamble. Determine the degree of operating leverage. KNUST, your values. Sales, 850,000. Variable cost, 325,000. And the fixed cost is 300,000.
So we have 175%.
No, please.
So we have 61.76%.
That is also not correct. Bonus available. UCC.
We have 57.14%.
That is also not correct. UEW.
2.33.
That is correct. Now, UEW, sales is 55,000, variable cost 32,000, and your fixed cost is 30,000.
This is what? 32 and 30. Okay, so maybe 55 minus 32 is equal to 20. Maybe 23 divided by 32.
The answer is the answer is
3.28.
No, please, that is not correct. You've been bailed out. Bonus available. All right, nobody took it. 0.77. UCC, your figures. Sales is 475,000. Variable cost is 320,000, and fixed cost is 180,000.
%86.11%.
No, I'm not taking that. You have one other chance.
They're making
2.05.
It is also not correct. You've exhausted your chances. Bonus for the remaining two schools. UEW.
6.65.
No, I'm not taking that. Negative 6.2 is the answer I'm expecting. Next set of questions, still with KNUST. The sum to infinity of a geometric series is 250, and its sixth term is 6 times larger than its third term. Find the value of the first term of the series and the common ratio. The sum to infinity of a geometric series is 250, and its sixth term is 6 times larger than its third term. Find the value of the first term of the series and the common ratio.
So the first term is 4 and common difference is 3.
That is not correct. You have one last chance. You've been bailed out. Bonus available. The answer is the first term is negative 204.28. The common ratio is 1.82. UEW, your variable, the sum to infinity of a geometric series is 3 times as large as its first term, and the third term of the same series is 40. Find the value of the first term of the series and the common ratio. The sum to infinity of a geometric series is 3 times as large as its first term, and the third term of the same series is 40. Find the value of the first term of the series and the common ratio.
$290. That's the first term.
All right. So your time is up. The 290 is not correct. I'm not accepting that. Bonus is available. The first term is 90. The common ratio is 2 over 3 or 0.67. Now UCC. The sum to infinity of a geometric series is 675. Its second term is 27 times larger than its fifth term. Find the value of the first term and the common ratio. The sum to infinity of a geometric series is 675, and its second term is 27 times larger than its fifth term. Find the value of the first term of the series and the common ratio.
So the common ratio is 5.3, and the first term is 85.
That is not correct. Bonus available. First term is 450, common ratio is 0.33. Next set of questions, this time beginning from UEW. UEW. The marginal revenue function of McVitie's Digestive Limited is given by 2x squared minus 15x minus 50. The marginal cost function is given by 4x squared minus 300x minus 500. Let x be the number of items either produced or sold. You have to calculate the total revenue, total cost, and the profit for 100 items. Calculate the total revenue, total cost, and profit for 100 items. You've been bailed out. Bonus available. You've also been bailed out. UCC. The marginal revenue function of Accra Breweries Limited is given by 5x squared minus 18x minus 60. The marginal cost function is given by 8x squared minus 40x minus 120. X is the number of items either produced or sold. Calculate the total revenue, total cost, and profit for 60 items. Calculate the total revenue, total cost, and profit for 60 items.
So the total revenue is 356460. Then the marginal cost is the total cost.
Please give me the answer.
The total cost is.
I'm not taking that. Your total revenue is even wrong. Bonus available. KNUST, your major question. Marginal revenue function of Carl Asset Management is given by 12x squared minus 4x minus 35. Marginal cost is given by 10x squared minus 5x minus 48. X is the number of items either produced or sold. Calculate the total revenue, total cost, and profit for 30 items. Calculate the total revenue, total cost, and profit for 30 items.
So the total revenue is 107,250, and the total cost is 122,080. And there will be a loss of 14,830.
I'm not accepting that. Bonus available. All right, you've been bailed out. So what you do is to this integration, you integrate the marginal revenue and marginal cost functions to total revenue and total cost. And we know so based on that function that you get, you calculate the total revenue or total cost, substituting the number of items, and then the profit is the difference between the total revenue and then the total cost. We'll take our last set of questions for this round. Last set of questions, beginning from UEW. Now, from the following information of Petrosol, calculate the customer lifetime value using the following approaches. Calculate the customer lifetime value using the following approaches. UEW is historical approach, and your figures. Total revenue for the year is 100,000. Number of transactions is 500. Number of orders placed is 2,000. The number of unique customers is 50. And the average customer lifespan is 5 years. Calculate the customer lifetime value.
It is 2 million.
That is not correct. Bonus available. That is also not correct. It's 40,000. Now, UCC, you use a predictive approach and your variables. Average number of transactions, 40. Total revenue for the month is 10,000. The number of orders is 20. Average gross margin is 29%. Average customer lifespan is 4 months. And the number of customers at the end of the period is 150. Calculate the customer lifetime value.
$1 million.
That is not correct.
29,000.
It is also not correct. Bonus available. The correct answer is 154.67. Now, KNUST, you have to use the traditional approach. And your figures. Average total revenue is 10,000. Gross margin is 29%. Retention rate is 90%. And the discount rate is 10%.
Okay, we have 8,100.
That is not correct. You have one last chance.
290.
It is also not correct. Bonus available. The correct answer, the answer is 13,050, and that is the end of round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand finale, and it is among the University of Education Winneba, University of Cape Coast, and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Whilst we wait for the scores for round 2, remember that the third round is a business pitch. They are coming to make a presentation before us, and we have a panel of judges, 3-member panel, who are going to speak to whatever they bring. The average score of the 3 judges will be the score for the 3 schools. What is the final score for round 2? Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, the following are the scores. University of Cape Coast had 3 points, KNUST had 4 points, and UEW had 6 points. So we are going into round 3. And we are starting the presentations from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. They will have a maximum of 4 minutes within which to tell us or to speak to us. Now let us listen to the case that was given to them. Increased population growth and rapid urbanization have resulted in the generation of large quantities of solid waste across major urban cities in Ghana, outstripping local authorities' ability to manage and dispose of waste in a sanitary manner. In Ghana, about 12,710 tons of solid waste is generated daily, with only 10% collected and disposed of at designated dumping sites. The issue seems to have overwhelmed city authorities, especially the metropolitan and municipal assembly areas. Requirement: as a team of entrepreneurs, develop a workable business plan for managing the waste generated in a metropolitan assembly of your choice. And a 5-page executive summary should touch on key areas such as the business description and structure, market analysis and strategies, marketing and sales plan, management and personal, and financial projections. So we are beginning from KNUST. You may take the podium and then speak to your presentation. So we will need a microphone for our contestants. Microphone, please. So you may project the presentation for KNUST quickly.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. The increasing economic growth and rapid urbanization has resulted in the generation of large amount of waste. In Ghana, about 12,710 waste is being generated daily. But guess what? Only 10% of this total waste is being recycled in a sanitary manner. The rest, which constitutes about 90%, go. Where does the rest, which constitutes 90%, go to? In view of that, we as young entrepreneurs has come out with a business model known as Nkrumah, which is going to collect and recycle plastic waste in a manner that is eco-friendly. So, with Nkrumah, our main objective is in three parts. We have the long-term objective, the medium-term objective, and the short-term objective. Our long-term objective is to make sure that we create about 1,000 waste collection sites in and around Kumasi. And how are we going to do this? We plan to institute a project known as Pay for Plastic, in which individuals who will collect plastic for us are going to earn a little income. Individuals who are going to collect the plastic for us are going to earn a little income. And with Nkrumah, we deal with two main products. Nkrumah deal with two main products. The first product that we deal in is to first collect, segregate, and shred plastic waste to a form that can be marketed to electric cable manufacturing companies, such as the Tropical company in Ghana. The next product that we deal in is to transform some of the shredded plastic waste into a form that can be used to manufacture plastic brooms, which can be used in our offices and our various homes. Looking at the market analysis that we have done, we have employed two main analyses to estimate the feasibility and also know the viability of our product. We employed Porter's 5 analysis to estimate the competitiveness of our product. And in doing that, we've come to the conclusion that our product is very feasible and is going to operate into a foreseeable future. This is because the threat in the market is very low. Why? Because a plastic recycling involves a huge sums of capital, and individuals are not willing to do that. We've also conducted a SWOT analysis and to identify our strengths and the opportunities that we have in the market. And based on the SWOT analysis that we have conducted, it tells us that our business or our model is going to be operate into the market for the next foreseeable future. Also, we've done some operational analysis. With the operational analysis, Nkrumah Plus is going to operate with two main operational sites. In the first site, what we are going to do is that we are going to have a machine known as the K2024. K2024 is a multi-purpose operational machine which is going to collect the plastic waste, segregate them, clean them, and shred them into pieces so that we can bulk them and market these shredded plastic into electric cable manufacturing companies. Also, in our second production site, we have a machine known as the Nancy Reagan 2024. And with the Nancy Reagan machine, what it's going to do is that it is going to transform some of these shredded plastic into a plastic broom that can be marketed and sold for 12 cedis per unit. With that, we are going to incur a cost of 7 cedis. Also, we have lastly done some financial analysis to see whether our business can last for long. We decided to choose a cash flow analysis because we are a startup, and profit and cash is king. Profit can deceive startup businesses because sometimes profit does not give a true reflection of how a company is. So based on the profit cash flow forecast that we've done, we expect to get a net cash flow of 40,125 Ghana cedis in our first year. In the second year, it is projected that we are going to get a net cash inflow of 64,100, looking at the various cash outflows that we've done, taking into consideration the feasibility cost, the machine expenses, and other vehicles that we are going to purchase. Also, we project that in the next 2028, we are going to make a return on investment of 55% and also a market share of 50%. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, the next school to present is the University of Education Winneba. University of Education Winneba. Please project their slides and let them begin. You have 4 minutes within which to do justice.
Good afternoon to us all. I'm James Nanofori and I'm representing UEW. We are here to present our business plan, and those are my fellow contestants. So in Ghana, we've seen that the country is battling with a lot of waste, and per our data, we've seen that 1.7 million tons of data is generated every year. And out of this, 61% of it is organic, and 14% is plastic. And per the government policy, data has been decentralized to the MMDAs to take care of it. And that's that's where our company come in to base our operation in the Tamale municipal. So from our data, we saw that most of us, we think that most of our waste is made up of plastic. But from the data, we can see that in all the metropolitan assemblies, organic waste form most part of it. But someone will ask, why are we not going to second D, since they have the highest, more than Tamale? But wait, when we go to Tamale, that's where we get most of our food from. So if we are coming to provide organic fertilizer. So that's where we are going to get our market. And also from tax perspective, as we cite our company there, it is tax-wise because after we being young entrepreneurs, getting a tax holiday of 5 years, after that we will just be taxed at a rate of 5%. So that's why we are going to Tamale. Okay, so our vision is to become a leading producer of organic fertilizer and also to promote sustainable waste management. And our vision is to convert organic waste into rich fertilizer that improves soil and also increase crop yield. Okay, so from our market analysis, we saw that the organic fertilizer use rate among farmers is already 42%, and the current demand is 0.7 million tons, and is projected to reach 2.7 million. So although we are going to base our northern Tamale, but we are going to also target the surrounding Savannah, Upper East, and Upper West. And also, we are coming in with corporate social responsibility. Someone will ask us, what do we do with the plastic that we find? We are going to use that plastic to produce bags which will have solar system and lighting system for which we are going to give freely to the students around, so that in the morning as they work in the sun, in the evening when they go home, they can use the light to study. And we are doing it for free. Okay, so we are going to use guerrilla marketing by collaborating with street artists to draw street artists to explain to people why we want to go into organic fertilizer and why they should use organic fertilizers. Also, we are going to use an intensive distribution by partnering with gardening centers and also organic and also agricultural supply stores to get our product to our farmers. And also, we are going to use a flat organizational structure as we are a startup. So the CEO will be on top, and also the other functional managers. So we are going to use a process called compositing method, for which is very natural. We are going to collect our waste, shred it, keep a moisture level of 50 to 60%, and also irrigate it, and also turn it into our final product. So per our projections, we've estimated we want 50 million. Someone will say 50 million is a lot, but this, as we are going to the production, this is the year that we've been carrying most of our fixed costs. So that's why we need a lot of that capital. And also, our operating cost is pegged at 32 million, and we are going to, per our financial projections, we are getting a profit margin of 60%. Someone will say, why are we getting a profit margin of 60%? But because they may think it's too much. In the market, they are selling these fertilizers around 25%. But as we are coming in with technology and to shorten the process, we will be able to provide it to them at the cost of just 11.15 cedis. So if that's the justification. So we are coming in to one thing, reduce the waste, two things to help our dear farmers in their production so that they can get this organic fertilizer. So why not choose us? Thank you, Medasi.
Okay. So University of Cape Coast. Who is presenting? UCC.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
So please project their slides quickly. You have 4 minutes within which to do justice. All right. Go ahead, UCC. Your time starts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Diana Asai for representing Team UCC, and this is the overview of our presentation. So I believe all of us sitting here today have created some waste. Before eating this morning, and the products that we ate, we've created some waste. Even before we visited the washrooms today, who knows where that waste is going to be produced. So these are pictures of situations that we are facing in Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. So we have illegal refuse dumps where the refuse that are created, or the waste that is created, is just dispersed around and causing problems to the society. Next slide. So basically, we are green wave recycling, and what we aim to do is to provide waste management services to the Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly to try and reduce the waste and its effects that it's having on the community. So our mission is to provide innovative and environmentally friendly waste management services to the Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. Next one. And our vision is to be the leading waste management company within the Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly and even the world beyond. What are our core values? Sustainability, integrity, innovation, and safety. What we are trying to do is try to meet the needs of the current generation by reducing the waste in the Metropolitan Assembly without affecting the future. Market overview. So currently for the Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly, we have about 200,000 people staying there, and you can just imagine the amount of waste that is created every day. What are the competitive analysis? Currently, we have 3 companies who are operating the same waste management practices there. We have Zoom Lion, we have Atalis Waste, as well as Complex Waste. What are the products and services we are going to provide? So from the market analysis we did, we realized that the waste that we are going to get, we can recycle them into eco-friendly sneakers, dustbins, refined waste, biogas, waste, recycled products, just as listed there, fertilizers and the rest. But we're going to add all these products as and when the business expands. What's our marketing and sales plan? All we are going to do is we are going to engage the sales team to do house-to-house engagement, embroidered T-shirts. We're also going to use digital and traditional marketing methods, where we are going to advertise ourselves with TV, UCC, the UCC website, ATL FM, the radio stations that are present in Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly to sell ourselves to the citizens so that they subscribe to our products. What's our pricing model? We are using a subscription model where we are targeting a total of 6,000 households for the first year, which is going to increase subsequently. We are going to pay a price of 25 cedis per month for our services. We come for their waste, and then we recycle it for them. We also have competitive pricing, where after we recycle the products, we sell them to the market at high quality, but at a competitive price. This is our management and personnel. So we begin with the Chief Executive Officer, and it rolls down like that. We have the Sustainability and Technical Officer, Operating Officers, Finance Officers, Sales and Marketing Team, and then the rest follow. So this is our startup cost that we are going to incur. So we believe that in operating or bringing this project into being, we are going to incur a cost of about 14 million Ghana cedis. And how are we going to fund this? So basically, the funding is going to be from initial contributions from the entrepreneurs, as well as we floating our shares to the members of the organization to subscribe to an amount of 8,000 million shares. We are also going to access the university superannuation scheme, the UCC branch, to give us an amount of 3 million Ghana cedis to support this. And also banks that engage in green finance, we are going to accept loans from them, and all this will give us the money we are going to need. So these are the machines we are going to use: the granule machines, double shaft shredder, eddy current separator, and then the trash making machine. These are pictures of the machines we are going to use. Even as I end, I leave you with this quote: "Waste is a misplaced resource," said by Paul Hawken, and when you refuse to reuse the earth, it is the earth you abuse. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So what we are going to do now is to allow our panel of judges to ask a question each. So we have a 3-member panel, a representative from PwC, we have a representative from the Ghana Stock Exchange, Commodities Exchange, right? Yes, and then we also have Aspire Professional Consult. So yes, I don't know how they are going to. So question and answer segment, please, your microphone. You may, judges, please, a question each to a school.
Okay. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So before the question and answer segment, University of Cape Coast want to effect a substitution. No.
Okay.
Please go ahead. You may introduce yourself briefly and then choose one of the schools and pose your question to them.
Dr. Mapa Kwansa, I work with PwC, and my question would go to UCC. Please, you just, have you settled in for the question? Okay, all right, that's fine. So, good presentation to all of you. You did well. I must say that, yes, so UCC, I noticed that you had subscription model, which was very good, but you also had in your financial projection sales. And I wanted to get clarity on what you mean by sales, and then again, what is the subscription model? That clarity may be very important to me. And then a small point, though very important to me, is the fact that I noticed that you projected to spend 5,200 cedis on registering the business. I think that for education purposes, it's important to send that message across that you don't need that much to set up a business in Ghana. So that's the point that I want to make, so that people who want to enter into entrepreneurship don't think that they need so much to do that. I also noticed that another one, and so this is my second question, which has to do with the fact that your last slide highlighted the equipment you would use to do your business. But in your financial projection, you didn't put that into your calculation. That was about 14 million or so, but your equipment were not part of the costing of the business, which I thought is intriguing to me, and I would love that you explain this to me.
Quickly,
thank you very much.
In less than a minute, respond to the issues he's raised. Speak into the microphone.
Thank you very much for your questions. So with respect to the sales that you saw in the projected cash flow, we stated that we are going to produce some products and services, talking about the fertilizer, the biogas, the eco-friendly sneakers, the dustbins. So when we sell these products, the sales figure you saw there, that's what it represents. Then in terms of the equipment that we showed on the last slide, if you go through our financials, you realize that we listed them in there. It doesn't appear in the assessment of P&L because it's only the depreciation we are going to treat there. But in the projected cash flow, those items are there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Judge number 2. So please introduce yourself briefly.
Okay, so my name is Albert Nia Itego. I'm the head of finance and investment at the Ghana Commodities Exchange. I'm very happy to be here. Great presentations from all the schools. But my question goes to, is it Prof? KNUST? Yes. KNUST gave a very good presentation. From where I sit, when you are setting objectives for a project like this, I saw that these objectives were very smart, specific, measurable. And one thing that caught my attention was the cash flows. You gave a very good cash flow projections. But what I picked from your presentation was that you are offering investors 55% return on investment. What I just want you to clarify is that if you are offering 55% as return on investment, what would be, from your objectives, the key performance indicators that would help you to be able to succeed with this project? Because that's what you would have to look at when you get to the monitoring and evaluation stage of this project. So just about, you can highlight about 3 main key performance indicators that would help you to be able to succeed and offer such returns.
Can you answer quickly? Less than a minute, please go.
Okay. So the ROI that we saw in the presentation is a projection. It's not how much we are going to pay to the investors, but we are expecting that from the points that we are starting the business all the way up to 2028, we would be able to make an ROI of that much. And also for the key performance indicators that would help us achieve such a target. Okay, so the broom that we are going to make from the plastic waste have some unique features than the ones in the market, and that will attract customers. So that would boost our sales by an annual growth of about 37%. And also based on the protest 5 forces that we did, we realized that there are no competitors, key competitors in the market.
Yeah, wrap up.
So we'll be able to meet that target.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Yes. Yeah. So, judge number 3, quickly, please. All right. So, please introduce yourself and then ask.
Hello. Good morning. Great presentation to all the teams. I'm Michael Numo, technical head as Aspire Professional Consult. My question goes to UEW. Considering your requirements for capital injection and our 10 capitalization rule in Ghana, how much do you think you will need in terms of debt, and what would you offer for that debt injection?
Thank you very much. Quick response, UEW, in less than a minute.
Okay. Considering the 10 capitalization, which is 3:1, which only applies to related parties, where we are getting our funds from, we are not getting it from related parties. We seek for grant. There is grant available in a company called SDG Partnership Facility, which gives about a maximum of 3 million and a minimum of 500,000. So we are seeking from that side, and also we are also talking to banks, the financial institutions that we have to get that money. So that's where we are getting our money. So I don't think we are going to be affected with the 10 capitalization as it's applied to related parties.
All right. So thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was our business pitch, and our judges are going to give their scores very soon. So, UW, how do you assess your own performance on this stage? How do you think it went? Quickly.
So I think it went fine.
UCC, how did you see your performance?
It was good.
It was good? KNUST, how did you see your performance?
We leave that to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you the scores of the judges after this commercial break. We are going for a commercial break. We'll be back with the scores from the judges. I hope you're fine. Are you okay?
Source of power, adding to your options, knowing that quality and standard remains intact, and our content, which is accepted as truth and accuracy every day, is accessible on the go. Access your favorite daily graphic and our weeklies The Mirror, Graphic Business, Graphic Showbiz, Junior Graphic, and Graphic Sports on Graphic News Plus app. It's the digital replicas of our work. Download Graphic News Plus app on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and available on www.graphicnewsplus.com as you remain abreast of and keep pace with on-the-minute news updates on the go. Home sweet home. Welcome family and friends. Choose the bundle that best works for you from as low as 10 Ghana cedis weekly for unlimited access to all publications. Graphic, truth and accuracy every